Hello, hello. It is Jane. Happy Tuesday. Jane from Surface Anthology and Chalk Mercantile. Let me make sure I could see comments. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I'm back and I'm going to be talking about my new workshop, which I'm really excited about. I'm calling it I had to write it down because I'll end up switching it a lot. The Plaster Page Creative Journal. It's also really a portfolio for those of you, and you'll hear when I describe it, it could be a journal, it could be an art journal, a junk journal, a portfolio for someone who wants to show off their paint finishes. It can be all of those really cool things. And I just want to start off by saying I put the link in the comments until the workshop drops. It is pre-recorded because there's over 30 lessons, but it's going to go live on February 16th. Yes. February 16th. It's a Thursday. Hey, Danielle, I'm trying to get all my dates and times and early birds described here. So everybody, you can sign up for the workshop, get the early bird price of $17 until February 11th. So today's the 7th, so you've got a few days. It's $17. It's over 30 lessons, and I'm going to answer some questions because I had people reach out to me, thank you so much, and ask questions, and they want to know what this is about. So I'm going to tell you, right, Danielle? So what this is a portfolio or a journal, let's call it a journal, that you are going to learn how to make. And not only is it a journal, it is a journal of plaster pages. So they are pages made from drop cloth, canvas drop cloth, that are then plastered. So you're going to learn how to make the journal itself, the portfolio, the journal, in any size you like, using an old hardcover book. I used a drop cloth, or if you've got some canvas laying around. Hey, Julie, thanks for joining. Good to see you guys. So it's made from a hardcover book. You could go to Goodwill. Somebody mentioned eBay used books. Amazon's got some really great books. Make sure it's not a valuable book. But the most important thing is that it's hardcover and it's in the size that you want. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. It's in the size that you want for your journal. I wanted a big journal. One, because I'm working on furniture paint finishes. And two, in recording the workshop, it was just good to work on larger pages like this. So somebody asked me about that. That's what it is. So this is the front cover. You're going to learn a binding, and then here is the back cover, right? My funky Harlequin diamond back cover. And not only are you going to learn how to actually make the book in this workshop, we're going to do finishes, paint finishes, decorative paint finishes. So they can be used on furniture. Some, they can be used any way you want them. So you're going to be learning image transfer, of course, gilding, right? I did some silver gilding, blending, decoupage, learning how to age sheets for decoupage like this one. Shannon is asking, large children's books, could you turn the covers sideways? Absolutely. To use, or would that not work with the binding? That is a perfect question, Shannon. In this workshop, I teach you how to take the binding out. So really what we want are the front and back cover. And I could have totally reoriented this vertically. So you could absolutely do that with a large children's book if you want to make that go from vertical to horizontal. that is perfect. Thanks for asking that. Because I see those too. I see those at Goodwill all the time. And they're all beat up, right? Because kids love to look at them over and over. But those covers are in good shape. So we're going to be learning decoupage, image transfer, gilding, blending, textural work like this one, which is a raised stencil with blending, inlays, some kind of fun junk journaling techniques, just a whole lot of really fun stuff. And there's a lot of pages, so you have a lot of opportunity to create all kinds of finishes in yours. Regular decoupage, just a lot of fun stuff. Shannon, thank you so much. Anybody, if you're watching this or watching the replay and you think others might love this, right? This is like up their alley. Please feel free to spread the word, sprinkle the video around so they can get in on that too. Now, so they wanted to know lessons. There's over 31. Oh, we're going to have a private Facebook group. And as one of the bonuses, I'm going to actually do a live tutorial. So you're going to get the 31 lesson workshop, which is pre-recorded. And then I will let everybody know after the workshop drops when I'm going to be going live, and I'll be doing a paint technique tutorial on one of the pages. So that's a wonderful bonus. Oh, and somebody was watching the video and they saw all the different colors and textures, and they're like, Jane, do I have to have all those supplies? Do I have to do all those techniques? Like on the front cover, I use the Caproni plaster wrap. And no, you don't. You actually do not have to do that at all. The basics that you're going to have to get are the plaster of Paris, an old book, and a drop cloth or some canvas, and some wire, soft wire. That's it. All the stuff that you have around your house, your paints, waxes. I have a template PDF in there for that Harlequin design. All that stuff you have at home you can use. You don't have to do every single technique that I'm going to show you that's, inside of this book, this journal. And you guys, you get lifetime access. So that means you might make your journal and then 6 months later say, I really want to try that image transfer that Jane taught. You could go back into the workshop, go right to that lesson, because I keep the lessons really short. I try to label them really well so you don't have to kind of go in the weeds to find it. And then you can do that. Absolutely. So somebody asked about that. So don't worry. You're gonna see a long list of supplies, but I also have a basics list, just the basic things that you'll need. And it's not a lot at all. And I think that's it. Anybody else has any questions, let me know. I put the link in the comments, and let me know if you have any questions. When it goes up on the 11th, so this is the early bird pricing time. It'll go up to $23, and it's $17 right now. Oh, Shannon is saying, using what we have is one reason why this class is awesome. Thank you, Shannon. I totally agree. The only thing that I had to buy, I bought my hardcover book at Goodwill, and it was that bag of plaster of Paris, which you can get at, Home Depot. You can order it online. And the ladies in my membership, I have a membership, everybody, the Surface Anthology membership, they said, and I really didn't realize this, that there is pre-mixed plaster of Paris. Is that right, you guys? I've seen the pre-mixed Venetian plaster, which is really nice because it's smoother than the one that that we've used in our membership. So I'm wondering, can you really get the pre-mixed plaster of Paris? Mixing plaster of Paris was pretty easy, but I have to agree, I wore really old, really crappy clothes because it just seemed to go, the dust was going everywhere, though it was a lot of fun getting messy. Julie says, your video lessons are wonderful, easy to follow for us beginners. Julie, thank you so much. Oh, and that's the other thing. Julie, I'm so glad you said that because somebody thought this looked like it was advanced. I don't think of things being advanced or beginner. I think of it more of like being brave, right? Not being timid to try something. And I think you've hit the nail on the head. When you've got short, quick lessons, right? You can look at it, try it, go back and look at it again as a beginner. And I'm always trying new stuff. So I guess I'm a perpetual beginner. And I love that too, Julie. I need to watch somebody do something over and over and until it, gets in there, and a light bulb goes on and I get it. But I really do feel like having a creative outlook, being creative, once you realize that and embrace it, and I think everybody is, I think people are creative and they push it down, a lot of us, from when we were kids, right? If you go into a room full of kindergartners, they're all creative. They're all doing something fabulous. And then all of a sudden that can kind of, get beat out of us. You better draw within the lines or you better do this or that. If you let that come out, that to me is the best thing you can have, right? You don't even have to worry if you've tried something before or not. Just that you're not timid and that you have, you recognize your creativity and you use it, right? Oh, Julie, you bought a tub at Michael's. So they do have it. So those of you that are concerned about mixing up the plaster of Paris, you can go to Michael's like Julie did and they have a tub of it there. And you don't have to do as many pages as I have. You don't have to do your journal as large as mine is. For somebody like me who wants to practice, I love to practice and test out furniture paint finishes. This was just a good size for me. It's like, okay, I really like this size. It really works. I can do larger shapes and things and try stuff out. And the other thing I don't want you to worry yourself about, you might want to do a furniture paint finish on one page and a junk journal creation on another. This is your book that you're creating for you. And literally you can do anything you want. You can see in my book, some of my pages are shorter. Some of them are a little bit longer, right? They're longer. And here they are just plain, which is so nice. You could use them with the kind of rough plaster of Paris. You can sand them and make them as smooth as a wall. It's really, really what you want to do with it. Julie, the dry that you found, it was in 20-pound bags. That's crazy. See, I found a 5-pound bag that I ordered online, and I can't even remember where I got it, but it was just 5 pounds. 20 pounds, you're going to be doing the walls, Julie, right? All right, and Shannon's saying, I'm not sure about the premix. I'm finding something similar and checking to see if it's the same. I'm going to do a little investigating tonight, and then I will post, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow because I'm going to be going live every day to let everybody know about this workshop so you guys can get in on it while it's the early bird, because I don't want anybody to be sad if they miss it. Not that the $23 is a lot, but everybody, we all love a deal, right? So I'm going to check that out for sure. Oh, I can't believe Hey, Ari, good to see you. How are you doing? You're watching me over on YouTube, right? All right, and Shannon's asking, for your size book chain, did you use a lot of the bag of the plaster of Paris, trying to decide what amount to get? You know what? I would say, I'm looking at my bag, and I still have quite a bit left. I'm going to say I used from out of a 5-pound bag, 2/3 of it. And I have other pages I did because I was testing, you know, stuff out, Shannon. And so I was using plaster on everything. I was trying all different kinds of, you know, substrates, burlap, different stuff. And I love the drop cloth the best. It's definitely my favorite. All right. Any other questions, you guys? I know everybody in the membership is really excited about this. And if you're in the membership and you're watching this, if you're in the Surface Anthology membership, you do not have to buy this. This is part of the membership. If you've been wanting to join the membership and you're watching me, you can do that. I put that in the comments. And if you join, of course, this course is part of your membership that you'll get for free, along with 30 other courses. Shannon's saying, can you flip through it one more time? Absolutely. And Julie's saying, yeah, I was out shopping and thought to look for it. I paid $7.99 at Michael's. That is really, really good. And Ari, yes, you're saying, so what happens, just a little off topic for a second. When I'm streaming like this to YouTube and Facebook, I think Facebook people who are commenting cannot see YouTube comments, and YouTube people that are commenting can't see Facebook. And Ari, I've been on lives too that's happened, so that's why I'm kind of reading them out too. But it's a little frustrating, right? But anyway, now for one last flip through. So here's the cover. And this I did, it is a melange of my fabulous French accent of different techniques. And I just had fun with this. And I wanted a face. I wanted a face looking out at me. So I found an old engraving of Marie Antoinette. And it's license free, so you don't have to worry about using it, right? But I thought she was beautiful. And I did some image transfer, some linen wrap, all kinds of stuff. Of course, gilding, right? So let's flip through it. So here's the inside cover, right? I teach you guys how to make this binding, which is very, very forgiving, by the way. Okay, and Ari's saying, okay, I'll go to Facebook. Yeah, join us over on Facebook. Then you can see what everybody's writing, right? These are pages I just started messing around. And I said this yesterday, and if you follow me, you know I love washes. I love using paint washes. So I just started this the other day, and I love to layer them to see how the washes affect the colors underneath. And I have to tell you guys, the plaster is so much fun to work with, to paint over. It's really cool. This is the, my project printable, my project planner printable. So if you are using this for finishes, for paint furniture finishes, or something you want to remember, you'll just print that out. That's going to be included. And then you can write your formula, your steps right next to your paint finish, or right on top of it. Oh, and Julie's saying, okay, so what she found is the DAP. Oh, it's 4 pounds. Oh no, yours is dry. See, Shannon and Julie, that's what I saw in the membership, that people thought that it was pre-mixed, but it was actually just dry in the tub. See, that's what I'm just wondering about. The dry isn't bad at all, you guys, to mix up. It's really not. You just have to wear, your painter overalls. So these are just my fun, I was messing around, I love vellum, and I show you guys how to make this mordant spray, kind of more junk journal-y. Right, I love the whole carving out, texturizing. It's really fun, you guys, once you make this, and to go through it, it's just really fun. And you're like, oh yeah, I've got to finish this. What do I want to do with this next, right? I was experimenting. You know, when you get a bill, why not make something fun with it? So I was like, ooh, you can use envelopes, right? Paint over stuff and then put things in your envelopes. How much fun is that? Hey, Jane, good to see you. Jane is asking, is this drop cloth like the one you can get at Lowe's? The left side page with a dark blue cross from an inlay piece. Would you be able to tell us how you got you're going to see it all in the workshop, Jane. So that is one of the finishes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Shannon's saying, Julie, that's what I keep finding, that the tub of plaster of Paris is dry. Okay, Ari's here from the other side. I love that. So Jane, absolutely. And Jane is a new member, a new Surface Anthology member. Jane, I'm so excited to have you. And she's asking questions, and I love this. I don't want anybody to ever think they're asking too many questions. Or I remember it was Maureen was worried because she was having some issues getting in and out of our hub where the workshops are. Don't ever worry about asking me questions. Ask me the questions, because the worst thing for me is to know that you were sitting there and not able to get your, you're curious about like those, how did the white paint show up on the, how did you do that? Or a practical question like, Jane, I can't get in to see the workshop. Let me know. I will answer you. So no worries, and I really invite you to do that. Julie said the clerk had told me it was pre-mixed and you wanted dry. Oh boy, we're going to have to really, I think this is a clarity issue. They should say on the package whether it's pre-mixed or dry that you have to add water to. Mine was just in this big bag, right? Dry. I could see it. It was like a bag of flour. All right. So gilding, of course. Then I'm using these vellum pages as little placeholders because I'm getting ideas. So I just put those in there. Mixing paints into the plaster. And somebody asked if this was sturdy. It's really sturdy. I've been dragging this everywhere, paging through it, painting on it, pressing. I press, the stencil, through this, and inlay, blending. It's really, really fun. And you can, if you're somebody who is, maybe you have a shop or you have a booth where you flip furniture, you refinish furniture, you could put you can create a portfolio of finishes in this book. And people could say, oh, I want that on that dresser over there. And it would make your life much easier, right? Because you can actually make it in the colors, in the paint line you use, and it will be right there. Shannon says, I bought mine at Harbor Freight, super cheap, and it's huge and great. Shannon, once you start, you guys, you're going to make one book, and then you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to make another book. You could have your paint portfolio book. You could have a junk journal book. I have to tell you also, using watercolors on the plaster is really beautiful. I could do just a membership on what we could put on these pages, to be honest with you. The plaster is just a really beautiful kind of surface to work with. And somebody asked if it was heavy. I would say this is it's about 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. So it's not really heavy, but it's got, substance to it. Shannon says, yeah, yes, exactly. My daughter says it's like those carpet swatch books. Absolutely. It is. It absolutely is. And you're going to love it. You're going to be like opening that and showing her all the things that you put in there. Jane is saying, you are so sweet. Oh, Jane, you are too. And I love the questions that you ask. Absolutely. I think everyone should join this group. Thank you. It's awesome and so easy to find your way around. Oh, that is good to hear. Thank you, Jane. Thanks for that, those kind words. Because I'm always worried about that. We try to, all of us that have memberships, that teach workshops, we don't want anybody to fall through the cracks. And, there are people that are very comfortable expressing, how they feel about something. Maybe something isn't working. Maybe they don't know how to get around, so they ask you. But then there are people who don't want to bother you, or they're afraid, or they think, well, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm missing something. Everybody should feel comfortable asking questions. And if they're not getting it, letting me know. And if they want something that maybe I'm not teaching or they're interested in, I do, we talk about that in the membership. And by the way, Jane, I don't know if you've been in the Facebook page in our group, but we've got such a wonderful group of women in the membership. They're really, really creative. They're very generous with what they know. So we don't have people in the group that are kind of clutching on to, their techniques or what they know about something and not sharing. Everybody is very, very generous with what they know, because I think everybody realizes, I can give you all a pencil and a piece of paper and an apple to draw, right? You all get the same thing, but each one of you is going to create something really unique and really special with your fingerprint on it. Right? Because, I know we've all heard it, but the only unique thing in the world is you, right? It's you. So the women in the group, and so far it's just women, are generous. They're very creative. They ask questions, and it's just a really, really, really wonderful group of people. So that's it, you guys. So if you're interested in signing up for our fabulous, I have to look at my notes here, Plaster Page Creative Journal. The link is in the comments. It's open now for the early bird special price, which is $17, and that is until February 11th, and then it goes up after that. The workshop drops on the 16th, but once you sign up, you'll get emails from me. You'll be invited to go into we have a private Facebook group, and it's going to be really cool. And Shannon's saying, yes, I just learned the name of the flimsy material stuff is under a couch or box spring. A couch or box. Oh, the fabric. Is that what you guys were talking about, right? In the membership. This is what I love too, because my ladies, I call them, my ladies are on top of like what's new, maybe what's old but being used again, or you guys were talking about this fabric that I think has been around for a while, and now somebody found a new way to use it. That's what I suspect. Yep. And Shannon's saying yes in the group. So I'm watching that. I'm like, wow, what is this? And that's just what it sounds like. They use it for upholstery to kind of, seal things up, make them look neat and tidy, right? Anyway, see how we love to talk about all this cool stuff, and that's the beauty of the membership. You want to sign up for the workshop. The link is in the comments. If you want to join us in the membership, that's in the comments also. I welcome you to check it out. It's fabulous. I can't wait for everybody to get into this workshop, because I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And remember, I will be doing a live tutorial related to what we're doing. So it will be one page, a paint technique on one of these pages. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. I am going to go and relax now. I think it's almost 5 o'clock here. I think I have to go make something for dinner. Any questions at all, please ask in the comments. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be live again tomorrow. So if you think of something, then join me. All right, everybody, have a great